everybody, and welcome to today's video. And in today's video, I will be taking a look at the 2022 midterm Senate map. Most Senate seats are up in this map. I believe 37 seats are up in the 2022 midterms, or sorry, for the governor race. Did I say Senate? I might have said Senate, but I meant to say governor, so sorry about that. Anyways, Democrats, I don't have the numbers that they start off with yet because the website that I use has not used a governor map yet, so I'm just using this. But Democrats need, I believe, 19 seats. No, sorry, 18. Republicans need 19 seats. Democrats already have 6 safe seats in the states of, or 7, apologies, in the states of Washington, Louisiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Virginia, Delaware, and New Jersey. All Republicans have seats in Utah, Montana, North Dakota, Missouri, Mississippi, Indiana, and that's it. So we're going to start labeling off the safe states. Oh, actually, first off, I want to take a look at this. There are retiring or term-limited governors for both parties in Oregon, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island for the Democrats, and Arizona, Nebraska, Arkansas, and Maryland for the Republicans. And we'll talk about how some of those could come into play. Safe states, Oregon, I don't care if their governor is retiring. It doesn't really matter. At this point, Oregon's going to be a safe blue state. Might be a likely state, but, it's always just questionable as to whether or not it'll be likely or safe. It's not going to be competitive. Hawaii, obviously, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, and Illinois probably all be safe. This is just out of curiosity. I just want to see. Oh, okay, I can't. Normally, I can click on a state and see who won there and by what margin. I wanted to see. Oh no, sorry. I'm gonna go try and see the margins from Minnesota in 2018. Okay, very interesting. Sorry about that. I just wanted to. Oh no, I do not want to go back to see more Minnesota margins. I was just interested in seeing what they won by in Minnesota. Sorry about that. Anyways, as you can see, these are pretty much the safe states. Maine as well. It might be a likely, just the margins themselves. They're probably going to be like a likely margin, but it's not going to be competitive. I'm not labeling Vermont, New Hampshire, or Massachusetts. Actually, one state I do need to go label Maryland. Normally I would be labeling this as probably safe red on the gubernatorial level because Larry Hogan is their popular moderate governor. However, he is not going to be running again in 2024. If we take a look at this, he is one of the term-limited or retiring Republican incumbents. So he will not be running in the state of Maryland, giving Democrats a pickup in the state of Maryland. Now, for the safe Republican states, Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas. Oh, sorry, not Kansas, my bad. Arkansas, even if their incumbent is retiring or term-limited, it's not going to be competitive. Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina, might be likely, probably will end up being likely or safe. We all know how South Carolina typically ends up voting. Sometimes in Senate races it'll be like a likely state, or sometimes in Senate races it'll be like a safe state. But we all know how it's going to end up voting regardless. Oh, and West Virginia, Jim Justice will win by very large margins. Oh, also I forgot to label, not New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. These 3 states have moderate Republican governors who are very popular. If we go take a look at, and I know I keep on going back to old races, so apologies, but if we go take a look at 2018, actually I don't even know why I went to 2018 when I could just gone to 2020, I'm just going to go to 2020. If it'll let me click on this, yeah, Chris Sununu won by over 30%, as you can see, a very red map. Anyways, we could see, I don't think that we'll see any opposition, or any opposition that'll be opposition that would affect anything. Obviously, New Hampshire and Vermont, going to be definitely, in Massachusetts, all with popular moderate Republican governors in the Northeast, all going to be safe, for the Republicans. Now for the likely Democratic states, Minnesota, Mexico, and Colorado. New Mexico and Colorado, honestly, Colorado might be safe. These are just because of, margin, just not going to be competitive. Minnesota is probably going to be competitive. But other than that, that's essentially it. We might see Nevada. I think it'll probably be more like a lean state. Anyways, likely Republican. Actually, Ohio and Iowa might be safe. It really just depends on the margins, but these are probably going to be safe states. A lot of these states vote differently on the presidential or on the gubernatorial level. Ohio and Iowa, margins may be weird, but we all know how they're going to end up voting. Anyways, for Republican likely states, I think that Florida is probably going to be likely for Ron DeSantis. Honestly, well, it really depends on the candidate. If it's Val Demings or another popular Democrat in Florida, it could be very competitive. Ron DeSantis won here by like very, very narrow margins. So it will end up depending on the candidates. Ron DeSantis is relatively popular in the state of Florida. He's very popular among Trumpist candidates, and Trump won there by lean margins. So I'm going to go characterize Florida by lean margins. Alaska is probably going to be likely. It was actually, I believe, a Republican pickup. Not 2020. Where am I going? 2018. Yes, it was a Republican pickup. Mike Dunleavy won by actually exactly 7%. Okay, that was weird. But, as you can see, it'll probably be a likely state. Ooh, actually, I accidentally just clicked on that extension. That's how I use my timers in Google Slides for my election nights. I haven't been using any recently. I'm just gonna go randomly through states. Nevada and Arizona. Doug Ducey, I would probably have it being, well, no, not in light of recent news. I was gonna say I would have it being tilt red, but not anymore. After the Arizona GOP censored Doug Ducey, even if he could run again, they wouldn't elect him. So I'm gonna say Arizona is a probably lean state. For the Democrats, whoever they decide to end up running, will probably win there by lean margins. In Nevada, probably lean likely. I am interested in going to see what these results were because I haven't looked at many of these 2018 results. It was a Democratic pickup. It was about 4%. I would not actually expect a margin that large. I would expect a margin probably closer to 3%. It was more or less a blue wave, if you can call it that. Also Kansas, probably gonna be lean blue. They do have a popular or not necessarily say popular. They do have a Democratic incumbent who ended up winning in 2018. She won by about 5%. Greg Orman probably took a decent percentage of the vote from both candidates, honestly. But it's not going to be enough. Like, even if all of that vote were to go to Chris Kobach, it would still be a only 0.5% victory. And I think that Laura Kelly also being the incumbent and probably I understand that a lot of undecided voters typically split for the GOP, but I don't think that every single one would. And considering that she's also the incumbent, it's probably going to be around a 2% victory for her. I'll go label Texas now. Probably likely, maybe lean. It all depends on Greg Abbott's performance. So we go take a look at. Sorry that I keep on having to go back to this. I might as well just stand here. We go look at 2018. Greg Abbott won by like 13%. I think that it'll probably be obviously like Texas is shifting to the left. It'll probably be a smaller margin than like 15%, but I think that it will by 13%. But it'll probably remain like it shifted 4 points to the right since 2016 in that race. I think it'll probably be like an 8% victory at worst for Republicans to lean, but I don't see it being a Republican state by 13% again. Now in the Rust Belt, actually I don't even label Wisconsin lean. These are probably all going to be lean. If we go take a look at Wisconsin, it was a flip. Tommy Evers, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce names. He did win by lean margins against Scott Walker, which is surprising. Because Scott Walker was relatively popular, or it was a Democratic wave year. He was a I guess relatively popular, but it'll probably be a bit more competitive, especially considering that it will probably be a red wave. Gretchen Whitmer, I actually did not realize that she won by that much. I was gonna say that she'll probably win by more, and I assumed that she won by smaller margins. Sorry, I did not look at the Michigan 2018 race. In light of that, it'll probably be like a 7% victory for her. Well, if it's a red wave and then she's also the popular incumbent, they might cancel each other out. So it'll probably be somewhere around there. I'm assuming probably like an 8 or 9% victory. A victory nonetheless. And I'm gonna go take a look at Pennsylvania, even though it doesn't matter. Tom Wolf, obviously very popular, but he is not gonna run again. And I think that in an open seat in a state that was that competitive in 2020, it will probably be a lean, maybe likely state. Without an incumbent, though, it could be competitive. And now there's only one state left, Georgia. I'm gonna go label that. I think it will be tilt blue. Lane blue. Stacey Abrams has there's been a lot of speculation as to whether or not she'd run. I saw her on an interview saying that she wouldn't run, but she wasn't like fully saying that she wouldn't run. She was like saying it, but then she was like, I'm not gonna run, but it wasn't like an actual I'm not gonna run. She was still basically saying that she wasn't gonna run, but it was more or less hinting at not a run, but it was like we don't know. I'm not planning on running. It was a confusing message, but I hope that you can understand what I was trying to say there. She was saying that she wasn't gonna. I'm not gonna try to explain it. You can watch the interview yourself. It was on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. I like to watch a lot of funny comedy things on YouTube, and I found that on my recommend. And then I'm like, okay. Anyways, so sorry about that. That was a bit of a random blurb, but I think that if she runs again, it'll probably be lean blue. She doesn't. It all depends on the candidates. But given Brian Kemp being hated by Trumpists and being hated by liberals, it could really be a very competitive race. But it all depends on turnout and who the candidates are. But I think that the Democrats would very narrowly have or not even very narrow, have a majority because there's no vice president. Oh no, they would. Yeah, no, they would have a majority. But like I said, no vice presidents break a tie if there were to be a tie. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my next video whenever that may be, and I will see you guys there. Bye.